Well, hey everybody, it's Oliver's Papa. I'm hoping that fan isn't messing with the sound too much. We're not talking about any stock market scoundrels or CEO jock riders right now. We're going to talk about autism. For those of you that don't know, my son Oliver is 3.5 years old, and he has ASD level 2. There's 3 levels, so he's, I guess you would say, mid-range. Doesn't feel like mid-range. A lot of times it feels like I'm like, if this is mid-range, I would not want to experience what a level 3 is, and I see and know people who are dealing with that, and that is, that's another ring of hell at times. I don't want this to be too negative. I'm not feeling sorry for myself or anything like that. I am feeling a bit defeated because we're on our way to a doctor's appointment. We're going to be doing the telehealth thing with his mother, who's abroad, and a couple of other people that have been with us through this are going to be joining in and weighing in on whether or not to medicate our son. Now, we're not talking about tranquilizing him and not talking about any heavy-duty psychotropic drugs, but something to level him out, as over the last 4 to 5 weeks, as his language has exploded in some areas, as his fine motor skills have gotten increasingly, noticeably better, he's left some tools behind. And also, where I used to be able to, I took a lot of pride in that. I could see everything happening with him just by looking at him. And lately, I can't. I don't know. I'm not spotting that trigger, or that I'm not seeing. Okay, in about 20, I got about 20 seconds to intervene here, or we're going to have a very explosive situation on our hands. That I haven't been able to crack any codes. In the past, it's taken time, but I've always been able to crack the code. Like, okay, what's changed? What is he seeing? What's the variable here? And it's gotten to the point where it's disruptive in the home. We do live in an apartment here, and neighbors seem to be pretty understanding. That understanding will wear off once those people who have lives and have to have jobs and things like that, once their life starts getting affected, and rightfully so. But I just see what could be around the corner, and I'm trying to cut it off as quickly as I can. The tantrums and the meltdowns, there used to be a gap or an area when I could jump in and used to be able to jump in and put a fire out. That isn't there anymore. Where you go straight from, I'm sitting there writing something or looking at something, and he's doing his thing, and then I just hear this screeching and this angry, but it sounds like growling, and it's a mixture of sounds, and then the feet stamping and throwing himself on the ground, and it gets pretty hairy. And when you couple that with lack of sleep, which we're also addressing, not with medication, but with a special bed, I feel that it's not sustainable anymore. That it's become basically me walking on eggshells, waiting for the next explosion, and that can't be very enjoyable for him either. He's not able to enjoy anything or do anything. He's overstimulated too easily. He's angry. He's physically, he's back to a certain level of self-harm. He doesn't need that garbage either. And Oliver, if I don't see any reason to ever have to take this down. And if you see this, there's a lot of people that love you. A lot of people love you and are very involved in this whole thing, and they're going to the doctors or meeting via the internet to discuss and weigh in on this, because it's not a small decision to make as far as your mother and I are concerned. We want you to be happy and healthy. Healthy first, of course, but also happy. And this is not an end-all thing. It doesn't mean anything other than we're going to try to calm you down a little bit. Then Papa can calm down, and then we can go back to kind of how we had things, or a new version of control or calmness or whatever you want to say. But if you watch this, don't ever think that you weren't. It's not a burden. It's nothing, man. You know, we love you, and this is what parents are supposed to do. They're supposed to try to find solutions. You know, yes, you're being a turd. You're a bit hard to handle, but so am I, and I know that. We got to live together. All right, so that's what's happening with that. I guess maybe I could do another video later and let you all know how it went. But you know, any parents that are like us that said no drugs, he's too young, we don't know yet. You know, I feel you, and we were the same way. My wife, his mother is a Norwegian, and they are they are opposed to giving children any of these drugs. They also have piss poor services for autism, so go figure. But it's a country that doesn't, you know, they're not like the Americans are with getting the script out for every damn thing, you know, which I admire and I like about them. But it is what it is, and it wasn't a decision made lightly. You might come to this point where you're both looking at each other, the house is in complete chaos, you're not getting sleep, you're fighting with one another, you're getting shorter with your children, which is not good. All of these things combined, you might be faced with to make a decision about drugs. Get multiple opinions, weigh in, get the people that are closest to you. If you have any support, the teachers or ABA people or anybody, ask them what they think. Because by then, you know, you hopefully will have established a relationship with these people, and you'll be able to have a serious, meaningful discussion about it, about medication. And, you know, do your due diligence. There's nothing more important than our kids, right? It feels stupid to say that because we all know that, right? The fact that you're watching this is proof of that. I mean, to suffer through this guy, this mug. Anyway, we're going to go and we're going to see what we can do for this guy and maybe bring a little bit more stability to the house. I'll let y'all know how it went. Everybody be good. Take care. You know, hang in there. Hang in there. God bless.